So welcome to step 3. We're just going to progress again with little steps today. And my plan is to see how Dreamer is feeling in terms of coming into this darker area, which he's been in before to saddle, to see if he can step closer and stay longer. And then we're going to change it up a little bit. So let's see how we're doing today. So Dream, here. So we just took Dreamer out of the field. We haven't done anything with him. I haven't even groomed him. I'm just going to ask him to step forward to the new thing. And there's a lick and chew there. So he's saying to me, you know, I kind of get this. We did this yesterday, buddy. And stepping up a little into an area that he has known before, but again, not quite in the same way. So again, as always, I'm looking for green lights. There's a caution light. I've put him back on the 12-foot line today because we don't really, he's showing me that he doesn't need space, that much space. So again, just asking him to kind of come forward, stay closer, stay longer. Good boy. So there's the scary thing. I'm asking him to maybe touch it, show curiosity about it, to let him know that it's not moving now, but it still was that scary thing that was moving and making all sorts of noise. Looking for red lights, green lights, and caution lights. So there. Oh my goodness, it touched me. I'm just going to let him show what he needs to do about that. Oh, so the S-hook fell out. Way to go. I didn't prepare that properly. So there's a little S-hook that we've yet to put that on with tape so that it doesn't fall off. He heard that and decided that he needed to move back. So I'm just going to allow him that space. He needs to be in charge of the time and the space. And then I'm just going to ask him to consider me as a trustful leader and that I won't put him in danger and just let him himself. So again, I could have set that one up a little better, preparing the situation and preparing it for success was not my strong point with that. So I'm just going to ask him again, just trust me. He doesn't want to touch it. He knows to lower his head around it. And I want him to be more comfortable. There, that's a change in himself. I didn't ask him to come forward. He said, I'll stay here, but I need to look out, which is fine with me, which is eventually what he's going to do anyway. So again, it's not touching him. I know you can't really see that from here, but let's see if I can just ask him to back into that space a little bit. Again, I don't want to hurry him through thresholds, but at the same time, and he knows it's there. I just want him to move closer, stay longer. Again, hey buddy. Hey. I want him to stay off adrenaline as much as possible, so I might do a little bit of work on lowering his head so that he feels that it's a kind of a friendly place to stay, even though there's something that he's not sure of. So now that's touching him. It's touching him just above the withers there. Wonderful. So I'm going to ask him to come out now. And that's pretty darn good. There was lots more he could show me that he was fearful of it. And honestly, I'm okay with that. Again, I'm not going to do this for a long time, nor am I going to push him through thresholds. But what I am going to do now is I am going to connect a basket here, or a small bucket. Again, I'm going to see if I can put this S-hook in here so that it stays. Put that on here. So now visually, he has something different to look at. And he also is going to hear the sounds that he did yesterday, but it will look different because there's now a bucket on it. So Can you get a shot of that bucket standing there? And here we go. So ultimately, the saddle will be on here. And you can see if you're taking a picture of him rather than the bucket all the time, you can see that he's, he hears the noise. His head is down, his eyes are soft. And actually, he's not really concerned about it whatsoever. He's looking at something else that's going on. So there's noise, there's motion, there's something new. So I want to make sure that all of these are considered with him in a confident way before we move on. So that's pretty good for today, and that's where I will leave that, because ultimately we've changed situations, we've changed the visual part of it. We've asked him to go in and actually touch that. I want to work on that a lot more confidently before we go on to step 3, which will probably be to expand the bucket there, make it a bigger bucket, and see how he thinks about that. But again, I'm working on 2 things, but I'm working on that whole package of building confidence and asking him to move closer and to stay longer. Thanks for listening.